Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good wherever you are. JP here with Brizy. In a tutorial earlier this week, I looked at all these various custom, quote-unquote, unlimited masks you can use when you're working with images, and I have this here in front of me. But I want to see if you can spot the difference between these two. And based on that tutorial we did, I thought to do just a follow-up to discuss PNG versus SVG and what you should do when you're working with masks to understand the limitations of either or one of them. Now I'm going to increase this because at this resolution you're not going to see anything, so I'll make it much bigger and then I'll scroll down, and when I bring it to this size you will definitely see a difference between the top one, which is the left one, and then the bottom, which is the right one. And that is these lines here at the bottom are super sharp, whereas the ones at the top are blurry, a little bit faded, and have a transition. The reason for that is that the one at the top is a PNG image at a low resolution. The one at the bottom is SVG, which is a vector, which for all intents and purposes does not have a resolution. It's an algorithm. It stretches as the image grows. Let's put that back. Let me explain to you what that means. If we are within the builder and you have an image like we have here, and you go to the masks, you will see before you upload the mask, it will say upload only PNG or SVG. The reason you have only these two options is because you need a transparent background to have that cutout effect of the mask, which you cannot get with a JPEG. These two files can do that. So I've used these images icons from the Noun project. Now you will see that the PNG says 512 by 512 pixels. And that image that I have is much bigger than 512 pixels. And that is the shortcoming of PNG, that if you use the icon mask that is smaller than your image size, you're going to have those faded, blurry lines. Here we have the option to change the size, and we can go as high as 3600 pixels, which is way too big. So large would be good. But let's have a look just quickly at file size, if that is something that is important to you. First, I will download the SVG, for which we don't need to care about the pixels. And you'll see it says here Noun Retro. Then for PNG, let's go for 512, just to compare the sizes between 512. Then we change the size to 1200 pixels, which I think is fair. And we download that one as well. Let's go have a look in our folder what we have here. On the right is the SVG, 2.54 kilobyte, ridiculously low, negligible. Then we look at the PNG, 11.3, also really small. I'm not going to cry a river over that. And then we jump to 29.9, which is still small. But understanding that with the increase of resolution in the PNG also comes the increase in size. If you don't have access to the SVG, make sure that your mask has a similar resolution value than that to the image that you are trying to cut out. But if you have the SVG and it's a reputable source like sites like these, go ahead, use the SVG, because it's going to give you at all times that sharp razor edge cutout instead of a little bit of blur that you can get with the PNG. Have a great day. From me, JP. I'll see you in the next video. And remember to subscribe to YouTube and visit us at brizy.io.